it's doing for you what you could do yourself outside of social media.
I think Tinder's a weird app.
I don't really consider it a good thing to do. I prefer like face-to-face conversations.
I don't like Tinder, don't like the idea of it.
Like, it's like Netflix, but for dating, I think.
Once upon a time, before the invention of computers and apps, there existed an age where people communicated to each other face to face. There were parties and pubs and clubs. People met and talked and danced and became friends. And sometimes these friendships turned into relationships. Today, we have a different reality. We also have Tinder. While people still meet in pubs and clubs, dating apps like Tinder have become a very popular way to meet new people. Launching in 2012, there's an estimated 50 million users worldwide, in over 140 countries, and 10 million people use it daily. In basic terms, Tinder is a dating account that displays your first name, age, place of work or college and pictures. You're instantly displayed all the people within your radius who are also on Tinder. You can either choose to swipe left to reject them or swipe right if you're interested. If two people swipe right on each other, they match. You can then start messaging each other. In Ireland, official statistics from Tinder claim that 15% of the population use it, which makes for 1 in 5 people. There's a fairly equal split between genders, and Irish users are more likely to be under 25.
I think it's okay. I don't really have I don't have a very highly thought opinion on Tinder, but I don't hate it either.
I enjoy Tinder. I think it's fun. I think it's kind of exciting sometimes, but I don't know, it's just more fun than serious, I think.
I'm someone that believes that you're just attracted to what you're attracted to. I'm not going to swipe right on someone I don't find attractive, but I don't have a particular type or anything that I go for anyway, so if I like it, I like it.
You don't get to see their personality unless they have a really cool bio, but that's kind of unseen.
I usually try and chat first. I don't wait for the guy to message me.
I guess it would depend. Usually not. I'm not really that kind of person to say, hey, how are you? First, I don't know why, it's just it's daunting.
I've met, I think I've gone on, I'm going to say 4 or 5 dates off Tinder from it.
Not that I'm against it, but I've never actually found someone that I'd be okay with meeting up.
There's still a person at the end of the day, whether you meet them through Tinder or you meet them in a pub or through friends. So if you get along with someone, you're attracted to someone, and you meet them through Tinder, I don't think it makes any difference to anything other way of meeting someone.
I guess if they were I don't know, it would depend. I guess I would get into a relationship, but I would obviously I'd have to meet up with them a lot. There'd be no serious relationship before any human contact.
As well as being used for casual use and as a hookup app, some people have actually managed to find their perfect match on Tinder.
It was on Tinder. So I think the first thing we said was because I had a picture of my guitar in my profile and she had a saxophone, so I think we kind of just started talking about music.
We met on Tinder last July and we'd been speaking for about 2 weeks before we met up in person.
Yeah, it was interesting. We went to Insomnia, then we just talked about kind of music and stuff, and went around town for a bit then.
We met up on Patrick Street and we went to Peace Park and hung out for a while. We got a chocolate and I met some of his friends, and after that we went back to his house and watched Rick and Morty and Gravity Falls and hung out there for the evening.
I thought it would be. It was at the start, a little bit, because I didn't really know what to expect, because I don't really do that stuff anyway. But no, you see, I don't know, after a while we got really used to talking to each other and we just had so much in common, there was no problem with awkwardness. Yeah, it's always funny to think of we're so well matched for each other, but the fact that we met on Tinder is it's just something funny to think back to.
I think they're fine. I mean, as long as people are honest to each other, stuff like that. There's no problem, really.
Some of my friends have gotten great relationships from it, so it works sometimes.
I think they're fine. I think if people are happy, then there's nothing wrong with it.
I wasn't really one to be going out and drinking and meeting people, so it kind of helped me in that way.
It depends. I know a lot of people use it as kind of like a joke and stuff, and like I definitely was using it as a joke before I met like my girlfriend, but yeah, I suppose it does make it easier in certain senses. It's so much easier to just like talk to people on social media, to meet people like that, way easier.
I think it's a really good way to meet people, but there can be downsides to it of people expecting things from you that you're not okay with, and that happens more often than not.
While Tinder has its perks, like anything on the internet, it can have its downsides.
Last year I was actually catfished on Tinder. Like a person took my photos and put them as the name Logan, and like started matching like with my other friends and stuff. So they started writing to me like, you know, are you okay? What are you up to? And I was like, this isn't me. So people kept writing to me being like, hey, I've matched with you already. Your name is Logan. And I was like, no, please report this person. That is not me. This is terrifying. It was like scary. It was a little bit flattering, I must say, that they would choose my photos. But it was just weird thinking like maybe it was one of my friends or it was someone I knew. That was scary about it, and what they were saying to other people, obviously.
On Tinder's website, they claim that using it is like real life but better. Whether that's true or not, it is to be debated.
Like one of them texted a girl saying, "Are you ready for 2 minutes of mediocre sex and 20 minutes of crying?" And he ended up getting her number.
I may never go down in history, but I'd certainly go down on you.
We met up, and when we met up, he kissed me right smack on the lips. First time ever meeting him in person.
I did match with my roommate on Tinder. The two of them actually, for the crack.
It's a good thing in some ways. People are much more willing to be direct about what it is they want, whether or not they actually want a relationship out of something or whether they're just looking for a once-off thing with someone. And Tinder definitely has added to that openness, I think.
While it's a good way of getting to know people, and dates can be fun, it can have a dark side like any social media site. However, it has brought a new element to Ireland's dating culture and college life in particular.
I guess it depends on the generation, because I haven't told my parents that I met my boyfriend on Tinder because they would definitely disapprove. But because I grew up with the internet, it's just normal to me, I guess.
Dating culture in Ireland is just changing massively at the moment. Like we're kind of getting into dating. It wasn't a thing before. We used to have the pub culture or meet through friends, whereas now there is Tinder. And I think it's kind of brought a sense of a lot of kind of hookups. It has brought definitely more of a hookup culture, but I think Ireland at the moment is still in baby stages. We're not quite sure. We're like deer in the head, like baby deer trying to walk. We're trying to date. We're not very good at it, but we're trying.
So I pray that you'll be back one day with love within your heart.